Evelyn Glennie is a 5'2" dynamo and maybe the best percussionist in the world. She's won a Grammy, been voted Scotswoman of the Decade, and awarded the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth. Not bad for a 29-year-old.
Do you feel that you're special?
No.
That you're a prodigy?
Oh no, heavens.
Gifted?
No, not really.
Evelyn never wanted to nestle in the back of the orchestra behind a kettle drum. She was determined to be the featured soloist, in the spotlight. Only a handful of percussionists in the world have been so bold. Now composers write pieces just for her. But what's remarkable about Evelyn is not just her musicianship. She is a virtuoso who has never heard the audience cheering, never heard the orchestra playing. Evelyn Glennie has been deaf most of her life.
People have thought that deafness means silence, and music is sound, so, you know, how can you experience music? And of course it isn't that at all. For me, hearing is also what I'm seeing and also what I'm feeling. So, you know, I do pretty well out of it, really. And I'm actually very lucky to have my other senses really heightened.
When we met at her studio in England, Evelyn explained how she hears vibrations. Sounds resonate in different parts of her body.
Where are you hearing that?
There. That I get the sustain longer, and it really is happening in the lower part of my body. When I play quietly on a marimba, that's the best thing I could possibly do in order to hear myself.
What are your best ears?
My feet, legs, and tummy.
Evelyn is a flawless lip reader. Speaking with her, it's hard to believe she's profoundly deaf from nerve damage to her ears.
Evelyn, how old were you when the world started to grow quiet for you?
I wish it would be more quiet at that time. But I began experiencing problems when I was 8 years old, and by the time I was 12, I was dependent on hearing aids.
A deaf child from a remote Scottish farm who wanted more than anything else to be a musician.
I remember having a meeting with our careers officer when you were about 15 or something, and so when I said to her, well, I'm really thinking about going in for music, and she just quite blatantly said, oh no, you know, there's no way you can do that. That had a tremendous impact on me, but fortunately for me, a positive one, because it made me even more determined.
The British press loved the sentimental story of the plucky deaf girl. They loved it even more when Evelyn graduated from the Royal Academy of Music with honors. She soared. 6 records, a Grammy with Maestro George Schulte, concert tours of Europe and Asia, TV talk show celebrity.
I was embarking on an adventure, if you like, being a solo percussionist. It was just a case of walking on a tightrope and seeing what would happen.
Evelyn lives in England with her husband Greg Milkanji, a musician and recording engineer. She's at a crossroads.
Perhaps we start at a different time.
Is it time to cut back a grueling touring schedule and spend more time in the studio with Greg?
Okay, Evelyn?
Where do you think she's going to go with all of this, Greg?
That's impossible to say with Evelyn. She could pick up and join a rock band or, I don't know.
You wouldn't be surprised?
I wouldn't be surprised, no. Nothing that Evelyn could do would surprise me.
Evelyn is determined to make her percussion instruments as respected as the piano or violin. It's a crusade she's carried to Denver and concert halls this month and next in Washington, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. To know Evelyn is to doubt everything you thought you knew about the deaf.
Would you just as soon have the audience not be aware of your hearing difficulty?
Oh no. At the end of the day, you know, I want them to see Evelyn and Evelyn's interpretation of the music. That's me. That's my voice.